I am Tamara and I teach beginner sewing tutorials here on YouTube, but today I wanted to do something just a little bit different because Christmas is around the corner and there are people that we would like to sew gifts for. So this video is going to be a list of 7 ideas that you can sew as gifts for young ones or for the adults in your life. And then at the very end, I want to do a tiny show and tell because I have an item that I'm super proud of sewing that I want to show off, as well as an idea for a pattern that you can purchase. It's not my pattern, but it's a project that I am sewing this year for my nieces and nephews. And I do want to mention that every single one of these items has a video tutorial that I have made, and all of those video tutorials will be linked in the description down below. So, number 1. That first suggestion is aprons. Last week or the week before, I can't quite remember, I posted an apron tutorial that I've already gifted away, so I can't even show it to you here. But those aprons I gifted to my sister-in-laws this past week. This apron is super cute because it is made for a toddler. And I just love how this apron turned out. So if you have a toddler in your life, you can definitely make that apron. And then there is this apron here. It's called a gathered apron, and it's one of my popular tutorials. And the nice thing is that you can fill this pocket with all the produce from your garden. So if you have a gardener in your life, this would be a great apron to gift them. All right, number 2 is going to be these reading pillows. Now I've made a few of them. This one here is a rag quilt reading pillow that my son keeps on his bed. He keeps his books in there and he loves this thing. This is really, really simple to sew. I also have a quilted version. It comes with a handle and it doesn't have the ragged edges. So I will link to both of those tutorials. They are great gift ideas. Now let's move back to adults, and number 3 is going to be tote bags. Now I've got a bunch of different tote bags that you can choose from. The first is this one here. It does not have a lining, just use some canvas fabric. You could use like a quilter's cotton as well if you really wanted, but it'll just make it a bit more of a floppier, thinner bag. I like the canvas because it gives it a little bit more stability, but this bag is a super easy sew. It uses French seams, so it doesn't need that lining. The French seams might sound scary, but they're not. You can easily do them. Another tote bag is this one here, and this is my grocery tote bag, which has a really nice wipeable bottom. It's definitely a heavy-duty bag. It's got the straps that go all the way underneath. So I actually use this tote bag quite a bit when I go to the library with my son. He loves books, so I definitely need a pretty heavy, sturdy bag for all of the books that we drag home from the library. So this has become my library/grocery bag. I also have this tote bag here, and this one is made with quilter's cotton because I wanted it to be really condensable. I keep this one in my purse because it is always nice to have a tote bag when you are out and about shopping. You will need to do snaps or Velcro if you make this tote bag. And this one here, you just open it up and you've got yourself a nice little tote bag. And then this one is going to be a tutorial that's going to come out in the next few weeks. I'm working on the printed pattern right now for it, but in the YouTube tutorial, all of the measurements will be listed there. And it is this tote bag here. And I love it. It's just a little craft tote bag. It has pockets on the inside for all of your items. If you have a knitter in your life, they might appreciate it. There's no Velcro or anything that will hook that yarn. So any crafter in your life, this is definitely a really nice tote bag for that. So this tutorial is coming out soon, so check back for that one. What number are we on? Okay, so we're on to number 4, which is table runners. Table runners are super simple. I have 2 tutorials for that. One table runner is just using one piece of fabric, and I just walk you through how to sew it together. Super simple. So if you need to make like 20 items as gifts, that's the table runner gift for you. I also have another one, which is a 10-minute table runner. That is a popular one on my channel. I would not say that it takes 10 minutes the first time you make it. give yourself about 30 minutes. But once you make it, it will be super simple and you'll be able to take off running and get a bunch of those made in a fast amount of time. So that was number 4. Let's go to number 5, which is a checkerboard, a fabric travel checkerboard that I have already gifted away. I gave it away a few years ago as a Christmas gift. And I think that it is a fun project, but it definitely will take you a little bit of time. So if you have time, it's definitely a great one to make and give as a gift, especially to a teenager in your life, or somebody who loves to go camping, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are on to number 6, which is a drawstring backpack. Now, this particular drawstring backpack tutorial actually comes with 4 versions in the video. So you can have a look at which drawstring backpack you want to make. This one is the one that I made for my son. It is full of Nerf gun bullets, and I highly recommend doing this for younger children in your life, but also for teenagers. Teenagers seem to really like these drawstring backpacks. I'm not a fan because these dig into my arms, but you know, they are popular amongst young ones. So you can definitely sew yourself or sew as a gift a drawstring backpack. Now, before I jump into the 7th idea that I have that you can sew as a gift this year, I'm going to do my little show and tell. The first one, well, actually both of these patterns are done by Annie Patterns. The first one is called a Zip It Up pattern, and I will have both of these patterns linked in the description below. This Zip It Up pattern I'm still waiting for to show up in the mail. And I'm going to be making these for my nieces and nephews this year for Christmas because they're doing a lot more travel this year. And I actually have a friend who's going to come with her kids and they're going to come on a plane. So I want to give them a gift that they can take home with them, but isn't going to take up too much in their suitcase. So I figured that this Zip It Up pattern is going to be perfect because it's something that they can take on the plane with them on the way back. You can fill it up with all different sorts of craft and coloring book, notebook stuff, and it can be more entertainment for travel. It would be great to take in the van if you're going on a road trip. So that is what I'm going to be making for the nieces and nephews this year. Hopefully this pattern shows up soon so that I can get started. And then the second item that I did already sew is, I can't remember what the pattern's called, maybe a courtside backpack, something like that. Anyway, it's a pickleball backpack because my mom plays pickleball. So I made her this really fun backpack. This is definitely an intermediate sewing project. So if you're not there yet, then I don't recommend this, but I do love how this backpack turned out. So thank you for letting me just do a tiny little bit of a show and tell because I've never made anything like this before and I am really proud of how it turned out. So that is what I made for my mom as a gift this year. And now the last number 7 item that I have for you, I have actually made in the past for my mom and for my mother-in-law as Christmas gifts, and that is a hexagon table topper. I have those tutorials linked in the description down below for you as well. I hope that you guys enjoy sewing Christmas gifts this year. Don't get overwhelmed. If you have way too long of a list, you're not going to enjoy sewing them. So just pick a few, enjoy sewing those, enjoy giving them this year. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you next week. Bye for now.